Hello, welcome to Screen.
Hello.
So, I'm so excited that you're collaborating again
Mm.
for Governor because I'm a fan of Inspector Zende.
Thank you. Thank you so
Thank,
much. Thank you.
thank you.
But when having collaborated on that and reuniting for this again, does this come with extra added pressure because it's in theaters for both of you?
Uh, yeah, see, I am not thinking, or I was never thinking about box office
Hmm.
as per se, because we always wanted to make a good film.
Hmm.
And it was Vipul sir's vision to take it to theaters, because that is the first and the most important thing he underlined when we met for the first time on this film, that this is going to be a theatrical film.
Hmm.
So after that, my responsibility only remained that whenever the audience comes to the theater to watch this film on the big screen, it needs to have a big screen experience.
Yeah.
So the visual quality, the background score, the sound quality of the film is such that this is for the big screens. So yeah, that's all we were thinking about.
Did you recommend him for the movie?
Who am I to recommend a brilliant director?
He did. He
No.
did actually.
So, it's just that you give an introduction to somebody who you have worked with. And my experience of working in Inspector Zhende is one of the topmost
Yeah.
experiences. And I've had many.
Mhm.
But here was a director who came, who actually seemed to me like a fresh air because I'm an actor, and to whatever people think, but actors who are actually very serious about their own craft, their own performance, very, very serious about even a minutest of the nuance,
Mhm.
they need a director who can understand that. And it's very difficult for other directors. It's asking too much. If I ask someone who is very good in his craft, very good in say film
Hmm.
film
Post production.
post production, so uh, for them to understand those nuances, it's very difficult because acting is a very personal job, very individual job.
Yeah.
And what all is going through an actor's mind is only the actor knows.
Hmm.
Even his own wife or mother can't really pinpoint. It's an inner struggle that he's going through.
Yeah.
And when you're dealing with this kind of a
Hmm.
subject, initially it was in Inspector Jhende, it was a very what do you call risky genre
Mhm.
where you have to keep it real and you have to make it humorous,
Mhm.
but not at the cost of realism, and some of the shots not at the cost of the performance.
Yeah.
So so the whole thing was cakewalk only because of him, because he was somebody looking at us,
Hmm.
and that experience you know prompted me when governor came to me, and when actually when people started asking me if I have some name who will be ready to shoot the film in another 4 or 5 months.
Mhm.
And immediately I thought of
Mhm.
Chinmay. There are two things. It will take care of one thing, that is performance. He would really help me because he himself is a very good actor. Second, this kind of a tricky, uh, uh, risky film, in the sense you are talking about the finances
Mhm.
of the country. You are talking about our RBI governor. Most of the people don't even know what they do in those buildings. What exactly is going on in their mind and what is their work criteria. So we had complete faith in his passion for the detailing, his passion for getting everything perfect. The day people called me and said that, Manoj, thank you for giving me Chinmay. Yeah, he just took over. And I was confirmed in my mind that he is going to do that. And after he came in, then he kind of sat with the writers and convinced them to make one more draft of the script. And that changed the game completely. That changed the game. And when we were shooting, many times I was thinking, what to do here and what to do there. Was it right or not right? Should I take the risk of doing the performance this way or that way? An actor of his caliber, now here as a director, could understand the struggle that I used to go through. And I felt so assured and confident in really uh, pulling off this one. It is it is my work indeed. Definitely, it is saved, and it is when you look at the performance, we should always think in your minds that there is huge amount of contribution of Chinmay Mandlika.
Yeah. I was thinking that Zende and your character in this film as Venkataraman, they're so different from each other. But say if you take these performances home, and you said that even your wife or children don't get what you're going through as an actor, but your wife has been an actor.
Right.
So is she more open to or more receptive to what you're going
You
through
know,
as an
my wife is very receptive and very sensitive about these things. Oh, it shows in her decision that she will never visit me on the set.
Oh.
Because somewhere, she realized in the beginning itself that Manoj is different. And I am not ready to accept this Manoj, where she is not feeling, what do you call, accepted, or she's feeling like unwelcomed. And that was the time she decided that she will not come on the set. And it's good. It's good. I mean, she understood as an actor that it will be stupid if I demand his attention at this point of time. What he is doing and what he is going through is completely different, where I don't even come in that zone. So I think there is an understanding of that sort. It's not that, I want her. Sometimes I want her, but it's still she doesn't come.
Because I think when you guys met, she had just had her release, Kareeb, which is
Right,
90s.
post Kareeb we
Post
met.
Kareeb, yeah.
Yeah.
And you were on the verge of Satya, I think that was
Actually,
around the
Satya
same.
released that time.
Satya had released by.
Yeah, Satya released that time. Kareeb was also
Hmm.
celebrated, and she was
Yeah.
the
Find of
she
the
became
year.
the find of the year, and I was completely enamored by her when I looked at her, when I interacted with her. Well, we fell in love. It was from the first day actually we started dating.
Yeah. Is it because she saw you go through those beats after Satya, because your career also changed?
Let me see. Career in people's eyes it has changed, but in reality nothing has changed because I was not doing those films which were coming to me. So the situation remained the same. Initially, when you do films as an actor, you are not paid well. It still takes years before you start asking for your own price. So the circumstances remain the same. It's just that there was a little bit of comfort in terms of the money, uh, because earlier we used to. I had to think twice before ordering anything or taking a rickshaw, but now that was easier. But it's still not. It was not that easier where I could just go to a showroom and buy a car.
When do you recall that change when you could demand your price?
It took me around 7 years,
Okay.
7, 8 years.
Was there any movie? Was it any
No,
moment?
it's not about, it's never about one single
One.
movie. This is my experience in this industry.
Yeah.
You keep piling up good work
Yeah.
and keep creating a credibility in this industry. And then people will start, respecting you. To get the chair with your entry into any office, for that you really have to prove for a long time. It's still, relevant, what I'm saying.
So Governor, we're calling him the silent savior. And now it's also a very patriotic movie from what I can see in the trailer. There's a lot of talk about, that we have to save the country, but also do it very silently. And a lot of, was it very difficult to craft such a character at a time when everyone's almost shouting to save the country?
Yeah, I mean, I'll not say difficult, yeah, but it was definitely a challenge
Yeah.
because we are used to a certain kind of jingoism
Yeah.
and machoism
Yeah.
when it comes to patriotism. Everybody thinks that thumb chesting is the only way to show patriotism, but actually it is not the case. Many people in this country are silently doing their jobs every day, day in, day out, without taking any credit, without asking for any recognition, or without making any headlines. And that is why this country is actually running, and that is why any country runs. So this was actually the point of the film.
Yeah.
That a country or a nation's fate is not decided only by the politicians or only by the people who rule it, in terms of power, but it also depends on people who work in the machinery behind it. So an RBI governor, you might, you carry a rupee note or 100 rupee note in your pocket, which carries his signature. But today, if I ask, many people will not know who our RBI governor right now is, which is a sad case actually. But the whole point is that the decisions that are taken in those rooms, the decisions that are the conversations that happen in behind those closed doors, they actually shape the country. So that was the whole point of making this film. And the whole idea was not to be jingoistic, but be patriotic.
Yeah, I also thought that while watching the trailer, that because he's silent is because he's being questioned a lot also when someone says कि आप देश को बचाने जा रहे हो या बेचने जा रहे हो.
Ji.
So as an actor, how did you approach that role and approach those silences?
I mean, the journey starts from only one thing, and you will agree with me that you have, first and foremost, you have to be really, really informed about the lines that you are talking, that you are saying, and you should be informed enough. So that is one thing, and that is my job. Okay, and for that, if I have to go through readings with Chinmay or with writers or with my co-actors, and then alone, as many times as possible, I'll go through it. Most of the time, what happens is when you are not dealing with this kind of a difficult character, when you are stuck in the traffic jam, you are talking to somebody or you are reading something on the net. But when you have a job on hand, then you're looking for the links which can give you enough understanding about the character. And I do it very quietly. I personally don't think that that's a thing to be flamboyant about. It's a job of every actor that I do, but somehow people think that I work extra hard. No, I work very hard, as much as it is needed, and then after that it's a surrender. Many things that he as an actor can tell you, that no matter how much you are preparing, no matter how much exercises you do in your homes or in a private space to get the character, the day you face the camera for the first time for that character, everything you have prepared actually go off in the air. It fails. You are still, you forget your walk, you forget your body language, you forget this, you forget that. Then the lines are not coming right. It's not pitched rightly, and the pauses are seeming very, very uncomfortable. So then it's a matter of exploration. Exploring it with your director, exploring it alone, exploring it with your co-actors. So it's an ongoing struggle that we go through. See, this is not Hollywood. Okay, this is Indian film industry. For these kind of films, we have a certain budget and certain time, and we have to pull it off. So we are always running against time, as Mr. S. Venkataraman was running against time to save the country from the crisis. So we are running against time every day. So उस टाइम में हमको जितना हो सकता है हम एक्सप्लोर करने की कोशिश करते हैं उसमें। और जब फ़िल्म ख़त्म हो जाती है तो मुझे हमेशा लगता है, यार 10 दिन और मिला होता, 10 दिन और मिला होता तो कुछ एक चीज़ें और प्रैक्टिस करता मैं। बट दैट्स नेवर एंडिंग।
This is producer Vipul Shah, and his wife had an iconic jodi with you in Satya.
Right.
Have you had any conversation about you two getting together
It will
on
be
screen?
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it will be amazing with Shefali. Uh, Shefali, I know her since many years, actually, since the time she was working in TV and I was doing Swaliman. Somehow we were introduced. Sometime we actually partied together. So that's a nostalgia when we were too young. but it was the first time we worked in Satya. Uh, it was I can take this credit, openly because I mentioned her name uh,
To
to
Ramu.
Ramu, and Ramu had his own experience with her in Rangila.
Rangil.
Okay, but somehow he was not getting convinced. Then one day I put my foot down, and because the wife's role was still not finalized, and I wanted somebody really good, and I could only think of Shefali. So a little bit of struggle in convincing Ramu, and then he kind of got exhausted. He said, "Okay, call her." So that's how Shefali got cast, and I'm telling you with complete confidence that it was Shefali who who has given all of those little touches, not only to make her own performance, but make this husband-wife chemistry look so amazing. It was her contribution to the whole thing.
Yeah. And finally, I have to ask you that you're reuniting with Ramu after, I think, 10 years, more than 10
Wild
years.
film,
Yeah.
wild, and yeah. Sorry,
No,
ask.
no, I just want to ask that have you seen any changes in him as a filmmaker?
He's back.
Yeah. Oh.
He's back.
Hmm.
I can tell you this.
Hmm.
Ram Gopal Verma is back with Police Station Mein Bhoot. There's no doubt about it. And it's not because, I'm part of the film, so I have to sell the film. Ramu alone is capable of selling his own film, but he doesn't need Manoj Bajpayee for, uh, for that. But what I have realized that his kid is back.
Okay.
Ramu, the kid, is back. That kid in the candy store, he used to be that when he made all of those great films. And that Ramu is back. I don't know how that happened. Only he will be in a position to tell you. But he told me only one thing, that Manoj, don't prepare for this role, because he knew that I'm going to go back to my house and start preparing. He said, just do me a favor, don't prepare for this. I said, Ramu, but I'll have to do something. You know the story, no? You know the story. He's a police guy. But just keep that in your mind. Because I'm going to be changing a lot. I'm going to be improvising a lot of things. So within that parameter, whatever you want to do, do it. But please don't prepare. And yes, every day used to be a joyride. It was extremely hard work because I used to get my scenes just before the shot, and finding time getting into a corner of a noisy set and memorize it and rewrite few of the things, then sit with the co-actors and trying to make it really work. But he used to change. He used to add a few more things. So he was really throwing so many things, surprising me all the time that I was on my toes. But yeah, Ramu is back.
Right.
Yeah.
Glad to hear that. Looking forward to that and looking forward to Governor. I think when I was watching the trailer, it reminded me of that saying that a politician thinks of the next election and a statesman thinks of the next generation. I think you're bringing that statesman story to screen, so I'm very
Thank you
glad.
for getting that. I
Yeah.
always tell you that this is whatever he has done. It was primarily his job was to save the country from that crisis that was facing, staring at the country. And India was on the verge of being declared bankrupt, and that was a huge thing for any country. Forget about India, where the population was always very high. But when he did that, it actually affected all the policies after.
Yeah. In liberalization.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, there were many people who contributed towards
Yes.
it. One of them was Manmohan Singh,
Yes.
definitely. But they were all contemporaries. He himself was recommended by Mr. Gandhi. He himself was approved by Mr. Manmohan Singh. So, yeah, we are talking about that time when all of those brilliant people were, were looking at him with hope.
Okay, looking forward.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you.